Okay, today we're going to learn how to measure or take measurements from a gutter broom, which is, terminology on some machines. On some other machines, and as you see pictured here, I'd refer to this as a side broom. Both have got the same reason for being alive. They're both designed to channel something from the gutter or from the side of the machine inwards. So what we're going to do is show you how to measure this up. We're going to start with the base. So I'm going to get a measurement on the diameter, the outside diameter or the top. So we're working here in metric, so it's 310 to 315 millimeters in diameter. Make sure you're going from side to side. So this is your base we're talking about here. Also with the base, you may find that they've got just one center hole, three mounting holes to support that center hole, or it could be a totally different configuration. So what we're going to do is show you what we need to know is basically the diameter of these holes. So the inside diameter, the ID, which measures 40 millimeters. These mounting holes here, the three of them. So what will generally happen here, your motor or your shaft or something will go there. These holes here, it's critical to get the ID of those holes, or the diameter of the holes, being 7.92, so they're 8 millimeter holes. And just as important is this distance or the pitch. You would see that or hear that terminology in a lot of different brushes. The pitch and the centers, that's another term, from these from the spacings from these holes. So the spacings would be, you can go center to center. Probably the easier way to measure it is outside to outside. So I'm measuring it here as 48.12. I'm just going to check it against the next one. Probably a truer measurement. So 49.06. Yeah, and 49. So they're 49 mil hole centers. Again, just make sure it needs to be a true measurement, center to center. So if you are going outside of the hole to outside of the hole, it needs to be the outside of this hole to the outside of the next hole. Okay, so combination of the internal diameter, your mounting holes, the diameter of those holes in the centers, along with your board size, is a perfect start. Now I'm going to turn this over and we're going to measure some other key information. So what I need to know, just like the top, I need to know the sweeping width. So we need to measure the flare or the sweeping width of this brush when it's brand new. So this flare is 570 mil. 570 mil, as you can see there. So from tip to tip. The other bit of information we need to know, I'm going to have to turn it over for this, but this is can be done one of two ways. So you've got to get your flare by your height. So top to bottom, which is 170 millimeters. That'll dictate the length of the bristle that needs to be used. You can't tell what length of bristle that this actually is because of the majority of it's not the majority, but part of it's submerged into the urethane backing. So always go with your height by flare. Again, this is information that you will see on your design form or template, which you'll find on our website, www.industrialbrushware.com.au. So now I'm going to look at the density of the brush. I'm seeing here that there's two rows. So you got your outer row, which is being supported by an inner row, and that's consistent the whole way through the brush. Other brushes mightn't have two rows, they might have three rows, they might have four rows, whatever it may be. If we're going to work off rows, we need to work off the diameter of the bundle, sort of like a tufted punch roller. So we're going to work off the diameter. Again, we're trying not to squeeze it. We'll just get a true or a semi-accurate reading after you zero your vernier. Okay, bundle size. And sometimes this isn't critical, but always better to get the size. We're looking at roughly 16 millimeters, 15 to 16. This one could measure 20 for all we know. 15 to 16. So let's say they're 15 millimeter bundles. We could probably go on a little bit over, but you know, how tight are those bundles? Are they spaced out? Are they close? Are they touching? Whatever the case may be, take note of that too. Supported by photographic evidence is always the best. So just to retouch on all this stuff, we need to know the diameter of the head, the PCD, so which is the pitch circle diameter, the inside diameter, the height, so top to bottom, the flare, so that way all the way out. And you know what, we can make anything, but to support this, it's also great to see, or great to know, what machine this is suited for. So it could be a custom machine, someone trying to sweep up almonds, for example, or it could be off a power sweeper machine like a Tennant. All that information is key, because you know, like if you can't measure these or inaccurately measure your PCD, and the wrong information is provided without, you know, knowledge of that this is from a Tennant sweeper or whatever it may be, it could be critical. So again, refer to the custom design form, which is on our website, www.industrialbrushware.com.au, and obviously don't forget to measure the bristle. So one last point, we'll measure the bristle. If you can, don't know if you can see it there, it's wavy, which means crimped. We're measuring the width of it, so I'm measuring 1.43 millimeters by 0.93. So this suggests that the bristle is an oval nature. I'm just going to check that against something else here. So always take two measurements, double check. So 0.9 by 1.3. That's your measurement, along with all the other key info we spoke about before. This will ensure that you're getting the correct brush or getting quotes on the correct brush for the job.